Good afternoon, viewers. I'm back again with another video, and today what do I even want to talk about? I'd like to talk about some new. I'd like to talk about how far I've gone in this my learning experience and one strategy I'm employing now to to further increase my proficiency in English. There are so many things I feel I need to say. Not so many things, but there are a couple of things I feel I need to say. And I'm starting with the new strategy. I have been watching podcasts. My plan with learning English is always to read, and to write, then to speak, and then to practice to speak where I practice with friends, and then obviously to listen, right? But one thing I've noticed is that I do pay attention to listening, but I don't pay full attention to it, because listening is a form of immersion, and I'm not fully immersing myself in the proper environment digitally, which is what I would like to this coming year. Probably I'll put it in my New Year resolution, although I've already told myself that I will start it this year. So my aim is to weed my digital space of some inarticulate speakers and some videos that are not really helping me to become who I want to become, right? So that's my objective, and also to further counter the addiction to shorts, because to a degree I feel I am addicted. Not like addicted, but I do watch a lot of YouTube shorts, albeit the shorts that I love, shorts about maybe working out, shorts about but I find myself drifting into unnecessary entertainment. And YouTube has a crazy way of doing that. The short might be about something you like, and then it will drift. Although they'll ask you, do you still want to remain on this topic? Sometimes you tell them, but other times it will just drift, and I want to counter that. I was thinking I was thinking last week, and I told myself I need to weed my space of sounds that I don't want to learn and that I wouldn't want to influence me. I need to weed myself with my digital space of things that I really don't want to influence me. So, and also as a consequence to that, I came up with a new strategy, and that is to learn to start watching podcasts every day. Right? I do watch podcasts, but I find it hard to sit down and watch a podcast from the beginning till the end. Even when I'm practicing, because I have a strategy when I do practice. I read, I write, I then listen to a podcast or watch a podcast and then get some terms from that podcast. But sometimes, because of how judicious I want to be with the podcast, because I want to make sure that I squeeze out every necessary information from this podcast, I would wait. I would tell myself that, okay, I'm not ready. Okay, if I start this podcast, if I start watching this thing now, I'm going to miss some couple of information. So let me hold back and wait until I'm ready. As a result, I find that I have not even watched as many podcasts as necessary. So I've watched a lot of podcasts, but I've not as much as I would want to, if I'm being honest to myself in it. because there is this, and I've been lazy. There is this, there is this, there is this. It is definitely the case that from you as my viewer might be looking at me and you might think that everything is in order, that this young man is pushing and he's doing his best and he's giving his all. Maybe I'm creating that illusion of giving my all, but I am truly not giving my all. There are certain things I'm supposed to achieve in a day that I don't achieve. There are certain things I've set out to do. There are things, a lot of activities I've told myself that I should accomplish within the day, but I find that at the end of the day, I don't get to accomplish everything. So even though I'm making these videos and I'm telling you that these things are what I do them. The ones I do all the time is read every day. I've never missed reading a day. So I could give a full report on the outcome of reading aloud every day on my proficiency in English language, and I would say that so far, because I started, I believe, around January or so far it has helped me to spot errors in punctuation easily, and I punctuate my sentences better. Although I made a mistake in the last video I uploaded, I made a grammatical error. But I know now, I am more cognizant of these mistakes, and I do believe, even if it is not apparent, that even if it is not conspicuous, that I have improved in my English, that I have improved in punctuation. So, to tackle that addiction to shorts and to make sure that to challenge myself, I've made it a thing to watch a podcast of long duration every day. So I watch a podcast every day, and then I try my best to take out expressions that strike a nerve, that stimulates me, expressions that I would like to incorporate. This is what I've told myself that I will be. This was what I told myself in the past that I should do, and I was doing them. But now the difference is that I was extremely intentional. I would tell myself that, okay, I'm about to watch this podcast. I have to be very ready. I have to write out, every expression. And the fact that I want to, like I said, be judicious with it is making me to not really get into it, because when exactly am I ready and when exactly am I prepared? So I don't know if that makes sense. So what I'm doing now, let me elaborate for that, probably to make sense. So what I'm trying to do now is to watch a podcast every day and then pick out one or two sentences, phrases, words that stimulate me. Those ones that strike a nerve. I'll write them down and then try to use them. The next day I'm going to watch a new podcast. The next day I'm going to watch a new podcast. And then on the seventh day I will review all the words. So on the seventh day I wouldn't watch the podcast. I will review all the words that I've learned. So, and then rewatch on that 7th day, review all the words that I've learned and rewatch all the podcasts. Then if there is time, or there should be time, I would then read aloud and then follow my schedule. My schedule, typically, I learn a new poem. I've learned you see, it's been a long time I recited this poem, but I've learned so far about 7 poems, and they really help me when I'm speaking. That is one. I know I'm deviating, but that is one that has truly helped me. But let me get back. So let me get back to what I was saying. So yeah, poems. My schedule is learn a new poem. Okay, so learn a new poem, read, then write, then speak. Okay, so obviously and then revise my thesaurus just to improve to get synonyms to words that I know, and to add flavor to my sentences. So what I would do typically is recite the poem, read, write, speak. When it comes to speaking, I still practice with my friends on Hello Talk, and that has also been helpful. So yeah, so my new strategy now is to watch a podcast every day. Okay, watch a podcast every day, and then write down the words that strike a nerve that I love, and try and integrate them into my style of speaking. Obviously, some of those words it could be the case that I already know them, right? But knowing a word being in your active memory and being in your passive memory are obviously two separate things. So what I want to do now is to watch podcasts every day and then write them down for the poems, not the poems, right? Watch podcasts every day. I want it to be a constant, watching podcasts every day and picking out words, good phrases that strike, that stimulate me. And then the second one is to read aloud, and then I will pick any of those and then I will pick any from my schedule to study for the day. So each day I should tackle each day I should go through 3 activities, that is watching a podcast, reading aloud, and revising a poem if that's what I have, or watching a podcast, reading aloud, and writing. So as a consequence, I won't be able to write every day. If I try to incorporate writing every day, it will be tedious. So like I said earlier, the reason I'm making these videos is not because I'm some guru. I'm not a guru in anything. I'm just some guy who is trying to increase his proficiency in English, and it has not been easy. But am I really seeing progress? Yes, I am seeing progress. So this is my plan, and so far I've been doing it for 7 days now. Yeah, I've been watching podcasts every day and going through them for 7 days. So I've been watching podcasts every day and I've been watching podcasts every day and picking words that stimulate me. So far I've learned a lot. I don't even know if I should start telling you those things, but I do learn. There are words, and there are good words that I've learned from podcasts, and I love them. I truly love them. I selected the podcast that I love. I watch The Diary of the CEO. I watch, is it Chris Williamson? Because those 2 podcasts makes it possible for me to serves as a funnel towards life experiences people share on their platform. So it is almost a cinch that if I pick a podcast from there, it's going to be about something that would matter to me, and something that and he brings articulate speakers on. So I love their channels. And then Vinh Giang, I don't know the pronunciation, but it's pretty much Vinh something. He speaks well and he speaks simply. So I do listen to his podcasts. And then who else? Jordan Peterson, of course. And then I love definitely Joseph Tsar, although he doesn't post much videos, but I do. The videos he has, I've already watched all of them pretty much, so but I do rewatch them. And I also enjoy, I and then I made it a thing to watch a video on economics every day. Not every day, sorry. I also make it a thing to watch a video on economics. So this is basically the podcast. And philosophy, yes, there is also this young guy, this not young guy, I don't know how old he is, but unsolicited, is it unsolicited advice? Something about, and Alex O'Connor. Yeah, these are good speakers that I want to influence me. These are speakers I'm trying my best to surround these are speakers I'm trying my best to study, to to learn from. So that's basically it. That's basically all I have today. So in summary, I'm going to weed my digital space of videos and that I wouldn't want to interest me. And the hardest to a degree, the hardest is weeding rap music, because I love rap, right? But that is also one issue I have with rap, because sometimes I ask myself, you have to enjoy yourself, and I use rap music to relax. I use rap music to work out. But I'm making it a thing. I feel the only time I would listen to rap music is when I'm working out now. I really want to, this new year, I want to double down and truly see what could happen if I go 100% and be true to myself. So that's basically it. What the heck am I going to title this video? But that's what I have. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.